So today we're working on this unit here. It's got a loud compressor in it, so we're going to pull it out and re-diagnose and prepare to do the compressor. Okay, we've got the unit out for protection, lifesaver blanket, exposed compressor. So now we'll get in there and get that refrigerant out of there safely, make the system safe to braze on, and we'll replace the compressor. Love it. So we let the refrigerant out. It's an R600a unit. So now we're just going to cut the discharge line just to be sure there's no refrigerant trapped in the high side. It's just best practice to cut the tubing if you can. If not, 100% make sure you sweep nitrogen through the complete system to make sure there's no pockets left, or a very less chance of a pocket of refrigerant being left trapped in the system. You don't want to have that huge surprise when you're unbrazing. In some cases you don't have enough tubing, you have to unbraze, so you must make sure that you sweep nitrogen through the complete system. Just a little tip: when you pull off your process stubs or your discharge or your suction line, just wrap a little tape over that hole just to prevent any moisture from getting in there, or limit the chance of moisture getting in there while you're pulling the compressor out. It's just preventative, and just go the extra mile. Okay, so just a tip: when you're cleaning the compressor and prepping it, keep your plugs in place while you're sanding, and that way there's less chance of grit getting into your discharge and your suction and your process stub. So it's just something that I do, and I've seen other people do it as well, when you're prepping the compressor. And then when you're ready to put it in, pull the plugs. Okay, go ahead. Tell me about this stuff. So we're getting prepped to do the steel line to the compressor. We're going to use the Silsol 56, which is awesome. It just flows like butter. So the compressor's all brazed in, dryer replaced. We're just going to pressure test in. And more flatlining. So that's great. And using the field piece probes just makes things so much easier. Okay, so pressure test passed, and now we're doing our evacuation. The receptacle vacuum gauge on there, the BG64. And we'll just let it come down. Okay, so we get the yellow jacket scale set up. We've got the lines purged with liquid refrigerant, and we're just waiting for our evacuation to finish, and we'll get this rigged in. Okay, so we're just slowly metering in the charge now. And then we'll do our startup. Okay, I'm going to do startup here. Got compressor start. What the fuck is it? Looking good so far. We get high speed. Yeah, we're looking good. We're right where we should be. About -6 psig, thereabouts. With the high speed kick on, it may come down a little bit more, but it's going to fluctuate back and forth. Now we'll just check our discharge. We'll check our evaporator temperature. and our condenser. And we should be able to wrap this up. We're definitely moving heat. Everything looks good. Yeah, I think we're golden. We'll just check the evaporator and then we're going to pack this unit up. Everything looks good on our evaporator. That's through the back wall. I think we're golden. So it's going to take a little bit to come right down to exactly where it needs to be, but we're done.